Deep in the forgotten corners of the Omo Valley, time stands still. Here, life is raw, rituals are intense, and what you're about to witness will challenge everything you think you know about culture, connection, and survival. From sacred bull-jumping rites to beer brewed in giant tribal pots. From bloodletting for healing to women proudly wearing their scars like love letters. This isn't just a tribe, it's a world untouched by modern clocks or calendars. But what does happiness really mean in a place where there's no concept of time, no written year, and no future beyond the next rainy season? This is not fiction. This is not a movie set. This is the Hammer Tribe, and once you see it, you won't forget it. In the heart of Ethiopia's Omo Valley, there lies a world almost untouched by time. A world where life unfolds in raw, primal rhythm, and tradition reigns above all else. Here, the Hammer Tribe lives as they have for centuries. Their reality, their rituals, their very definition of normal, is something the rest of the world might find hard to comprehend. In the center of their village, a massive clay pot rests over a fire. It's the heart of the community, where food is prepared, where beer is brewed, where stories are shared. Villagers gather beneath the shade of scattered trees, waiting for something ancient, something sacred, the beginning of a ceremony. Across cultures, across continents, normal is nothing but a relative idea. What seems unthinkable to some is tradition to others. Here, to be the best of your tribe means to endure, to belong, to perform, to take part. Young men sip from large pots filled with homemade beer, a cloudy liquid they hold close to tradition. Sometimes they call it beer, but it may be something else, a secret passed down through generations. The process is simple but symbolic. A sack is draped over the pot to help the brew boil. It's more than a drink, it's a rite. Some of the tribe's young boys follow the outsiders closely, mimicking their movements, curious and innocent. One boy in particular never leaves. Wherever the guest goes, he follows, a quiet shadow, full of wonder. Then a striking feature, many of the tribe's men have had their lower front teeth removed. It's not merely a cosmetic custom, it allows them to spit more easily during rituals, a practice that sounds shocking, but here, it's just life. Nearby, a girl in a vivid blue dress dances with symbols around her ankles. She plays and twirls, then, without flinching, asks to be whipped. She wants to be hurt, wants the scars, wants the blood. And not just any whipping. She asks for the harshest lashes possible. Why? Because pain here is love, loyalty, proof of dedication to a brother about to become a man. These young women gather, chant, dance, and get whipped, over and over. No tears, no screams, only determination in their eyes. Each scar becomes a badge of honor, an eternal message inked in flesh. I was there. I stood with you. One of the girls, the one in blue, takes the most lashes. She is his sister. She shows her love with each blow, each drop of blood. When the ceremony is over, she reveals her wounds with pride. This, she says, is what you mean to me. Inside one of their homes, we see how the Hammer Tribe lives. Mud walls, thatched roofs, cowhide beds, suspended ceilings made of wood and twine to store food and milk. A single chicken roams, the only one in the house, as the men don't even know how to cook eggs. They take them to the city to sell, because even the smallest things can be valuable. The tribe eats a kind of porridge-like bread, boiled over open flames. Primitive to some, but this is survival, passed down through generations. A man's cleaver rests beside him. His son, our little shadow from earlier, watches quietly. His father is the owner of the house, a figure of quiet authority. In the tribe, even coffee is part of the ritual. It's boiled, shared, and sometimes drunk with ceremony. Beer in the shade, coffee in the sunlight, it's all a cycle. And when we ask them what time it is, they say, "We wait for the rainy season." They don't know the year, the hour, the month. They live by the clouds, by the land, by the water. They believe in a king, not a ruler in gold, but a spirit who lives in the mountains. His name is Elto. To them, he is everything. When someone dies, they cry, they shoot guns into the sky, but they don't ask what comes next, because that answer doesn't exist here. Marriage is tied to cattle. If you own goats and cows, you can have wives, 1, 2, or more. Problems between wives are resolved with action. If she disrespects me, I hit her, one woman says, and I teach her how to be better. Medicine too is different. If a man's blood pressure rises, he cuts himself to let the blood flow. Pain again is a remedy. Scars are medicine. Happiness, it's food, milk, a good harvest. It's that simple. And if a man cheats, as long as the other woman comes and helps on the farm, no problem. Because in this world, help matters more than heartbreak. Necklaces here carry deep meaning. One woman proudly shows hers. I am my husband's first wife. That status means everything. The first child inherits all. That's the rule. How do they track days? With a zani, a string of tied loops. Each day, one is cut. When the last loop falls, it's time for the ceremony. And what a ceremony it is. This is the bull jumping ritual, the rite of passage. First, the boy-to-be man marks his intention with a sacred stick left in the village. When the time comes, the cows are gathered. He must leap over them, naked, unaided, one miss, and he fails. But if he succeeds, he becomes a man, a warrior, a future husband, and while he jumps, his sisters are being whipped in the background, each lash a pledge of loyalty, a bond that lasts forever. Men and women wash together by the river. No shame, just nature. Some carry guns, others traditional tools. All of them walk barefoot through the sharp, dry land. The forest closes in as they go deeper, closer to the ceremony. It feels like a scene from a film, but this is no movie. This is real life, as it has been lived for centuries. A hidden world, rarely seen, barely documented, but profoundly alive. And as I walk with them, barefoot and humbled, I realize this may be the most powerful experience of my life. This tribe, this ritual, this day will never leave me. This is the Hammer tribe, and this is their truth. The world may change, but in the Omo Valley, tradition endures. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If stories like this speak to your soul, stay with us, because there's so much more of the world still waiting to be discovered.